is going on, dudes? How you guys doing? I am TheeRealDuke, and welcome to episode 14 of my Infinite Heights Minecraft Survival Multiplayer Let's Play series. How are you guys really doing? I hope you guys are doing alright. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I know tomorrow's Monday. Anyway, I hope you have a great week. So, last episode, we did some things, and then this episode we're going to do more things. Awesome. Last episode I mentioned maybe filling this area in with water. Trex Tex volunteered a huge amount of time and fired this all out with the bucket, with a series of buckets, which looks awesome. This is a really great decision, I think, on our part. We kind of talked about it and thought it looked good, or would look good, and it did. Last time we also made this little guy here, this little gazebo, and we polished up this trail, added some trees, which looks nice. In the meantime, I added this and started the path going this way. I lit up the top there. Not sure exactly what I want to put there yet, but I also cut a hole here and brought some water down because this just looked like a real big flat face and it kind of was boring. So I thought if I added some water there, we could maybe throw some trees around it or something and add a little interest. I started a little trail here. I also greened up this area. I threw down some dirt, a couple things of grass, and let the grass spread. My idea for here is a large tree. Now, we got some trees around, and I mean large. By like large, I mean large. Like maybe this big, like to here. 50, 60 blocks tall, large. Because this is really flat and boring here. There's nothing really to speak of there. But there are cool views of that from over here. So based upon last episode when we talked about framing the landscape and making it look good and working with the landscape, you might be thinking if you put a huge tree here, then it'll block off this cool little mountainscape. And that's true if you're flying where I am right now. But as you approach from here, you can't see it anyway because it's blocked by this hill. So what you'll see is a giant tree there, which will look cool. From the path, the tree will not obstruct your view, so it'll just be kind of a cool feature. And then from this area down here, it's the same thing. We'll be looking up at that awesome tree on this little peak. What I'm going to do down in here is still up in the air. And what we're going to do up top here is also still up in the air, but we're closing that gap there. Again, still don't know what to do there. This episode, I'd like to work on getting this foundation in shape. I kind of would like it to look as if the walls were kind of set down on top of this shape, on top of this surface, and then they had like claws that kind of grip into it. And I think that'll make more sense once I get working on it. But that's kind of what I'm thinking for here. Also, this episode, I want to bang out a pagoda for here. Now, my idea for this, I don't know if you remember last time or not, but the structure, the beams were actually spruce. And I thought, what if we made... I like as we go up for things to look more and more ethereal, things to look more and more white or heavenly or less heavy than the things kind of down here do with darker colors. Things down here primarily have darker colors. So I thought, what if we still kept the wood beams. We used acacia, which... if you can ignore the color of the end, what occurred to me was that acacia's gray. I mean, I always knew it was gray, but if we can dodge fire from that guy, if we can cap off those crazy orange things, what we have is essentially a neutral color, and it looks gray, which I think could be cool. And then I want to fill the walls in with quartz, and I have an idea for how to do fence and stuff around it. I got some oak to clean up. We'll do regular oak for the floors inside, because relative to the other dark woods, again, that's looking kind of dark. That's looking kind of paler and a little bit more ethereal. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to get started on this. I'm going to get a floor or two done on it, and then I'll bring you guys back. We still need to figure out exactly how we're going to finish this up here and then start to bring it down the side here. And if we're going to go that way or straight. I still would like to go straight. Anyway, so I'm going to get cracking on this, and then I'll bring you guys back in a bit. Okay, so here's what we got, right? From like down here. As we're looking up, it kind of is just starting to go into that into the end of my draw distance, which is, I think that's kind of cool. The fact that it's gray, I think, kind of helps it kind of fade a little bit like that as we approach. It's looking good, still looking good. I like the size of it. Okay, that spider just disappeared. Anyway, I like the size of it because, like right now, if we followed the edge of this and the direction that the hill to this little cliff outcropping thing goes, it's kind of like right towards where the point on the roof is going to be. So it's going to look really good there. And then also this line goes right across our line there too. So it looks like it's going to fit really well in there. And then we're also kind of still, this is another example of us kind of framing our build. So I think it's pretty good. What we're gonna do is I am making it out of quartz, and we're gonna come back in and do a pass later and zazz it up a little more, right? But what I'm gonna do is something a little like this. It's gonna have a little bit more windows in it, I think, than normal. I don't know if it's really than normal, but I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So the windows are not going to be 2 blocks high as it would appear we have room to do here. They're actually going to be just 1, and it's going to be the lower one. So you might be thinking, why would you make it the lower one? Well, what I want to do is, and I'm just going to use these because I have them on me right here, but what I want to do is start the roof on that half right there. And then the roof is going to come out, and I want these roofs to come out nice and far. Right? So maybe like that, actually, even that far would look good. So if we had the windows coming all the way up here, it would look like they were set too high because of how low the roof line starts. So the majority of the roof lines are going to obstruct or obscure our view of the top part of the wall. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to have windows up there where it's going to be obscured anyway. So that's what we're thinking. So I'm going to make this thing white with quartz, and we'll come back and start working on the roofs. Okay, so you can see I left a row open there, and I thought, because when we were talking before, I was like, it's going to be primarily obstructed. So if it's going to be obstructed, why waste the quartz there, was my next thought. So I'm just going to throw in some of these which fit in with the color palette that I'd like to work with. And they had a little bit of detail and a little bit of kind of variety to this otherwise completely white blank wall. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and finish filling these in, and I have some stuff on me to get the roof started too. So anyway, that little update, and I'll be back in 1 sec. Okay, so here it is with the little jazz we were just talking about on there. What I'm going to do now is come in. Again, we're using oak on here, so this whole thing will be kind of on the paler side, right? And also you'll notice the top course here that I'm doing is actually slabs. Normally it would probably be stairs, and they would give a little bit of a kind of an increased slope there, but this is going to be a little bit more shallow. And come out a little bit more straight. So I'm just gonna kind of buzz around here, doing this ring after ring after ring, floor after floor after floor. Not a big deal. It's not that difficult. It's more monotonous, annoying than anything. Let me just finish off one side here so you guys kind of get an idea of the kind of slope we're talking about. And then, so it'll be 3 courses of the oak, and then 1 course of stone brick trim. And back across here. Now, we always upturn the corners. That's just part of the design aesthetic that we're working with. So I will definitely be doing that as well. Probably because the span that these run is pretty long. It'll probably have a pretty good amount of upturn here, so I might start out like even this far, because I'm thinking maybe, and depending, I can't tell where it's going to end up here. This might not work, but yeah, okay, so this will work. let's try pickaxe. Oh wow, pickaxe works better on stone bricks. Jesus. Okay. So how's that for an upturn? I think that looks pretty nice. This won't be here. Because we'll have to also create a smooth gradation into that. So probably it'll look something, little something like this. Oh. Yep, digging that. I may also, just to kind of, wow, I just am picking bad tools today. Jeez. What if these were stairs here? I'm messing around. I think this is gonna look okay though. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. And then obviously we're gonna have to have something larger in there. So let's go with a stair. I like that. And then, ooh, we got these laying around. So just maybe as a little design element, something like that. I think this is gonna work pretty well. I'm gonna get on to the next levels and carry this all the way back up. See how we do. Right, so we are up on the rooftop, and I'm just removing this row of logs because we gotta fit this oak in so we can finish this up. Just gonna do this pretty much until we get really close, like in a row or two of the actual point, and then we'll ramp up the slope. We'll increase the slope, or the change in direction of the line, if you will. So probably this next row that we're doing here, it comes together pretty quickly. You know, it's no big deal, no big whoop. Yeah, this next row here. So, if it is suitable to do so. So in other words, I'll just throw one. Yeah, so we can't do it there. Next row. Which may not look right, so we might actually have to back it off a row, which is not a big deal. I think that'll still look fine. Let's get all those gathered down here. All right. This might be a little too close, a little too far in, but we'll see. Hoop, hoop, hoop. Oh, yeah, you know, I think that looks good. I like that. I'm going to put this here as actually... Oh, no, that's right. And then one more, and then some of this jazz up at the top here. Let's go to 5. We'll kick these out to 2. Skip 1. Put these here, just that one. I think that'll look good. Let's see. Let's go down, and then you'll also get a shot of what we're talking about with the sides of the pagoda. Yes. 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 All right. Let's head down to a decent vantage point. You know, let's go here to this purpose-built viewing platform. Boom. Look at that. See it? Kind of that pale color. Number 1. Number 2 is just kind of gently rising out of the mist. Dig how that is working. I dig how that is working. So there's just a little bit. I'm just going to jump around a little bit. There's a little bit of detail work that I have left to do on it. I'm going to actually... Yeah, I'm going to actually let this relax how it is. And then I'm going to switch gears to this little bit here. Just get a row or two of blocks down here so I can get a vibe going for this. And then I'll come back to this later to see, you know, with some fresh eyes to see what we're thinking it needs for in terms of detail stuff. So I'm gonna lay out a row or two over here, and then I'll bring you guys back in so you can see what I'm talking about. Be right back. Okay, so let's see. What's a good spot to view this? From which to view this? Here. So we have something. I'm about to be under fire here. We have something that comes up in the shape. It follows the contour of the landmass that it's on, right? So this, it makes sense for this to be here. We didn't put a big cube here, for example. That would look a little out of place. So we came up with a shape that kind of works in the contour of the thing we're building it on. And the part of the trick is, first of all, there's going to be a layer of something here for the ground. I imagine it being a dojo type thing, and I, for some reason, envision the practicing happening on sand. I don't know why, but that's just what I picture. So there's going to be another layer here. So we're actually, from the inside, this is how high we are according to the wall. From the outside, the wall is sunken way into the side of the mountain, and that's something I kind of was going for. So so that looks cool. And then on right above this level, so I want this to be, because it is going to be part of a monastery, there should be a level of austerity to it. And so I'm going to do a row of polished diorite above those slabs, and then another layer of double slabs on top of that, and that's going to be the top of the wall. I'm going to do something with stairs, wooden stairs, like I did with my original main island. But this is kind of what I'm thinking. And if you look at it and you kind of make your eyes blur a little bit, it kind of goes from like dark to light as it goes up, and that fits in with what I was talking about trying to achieve with the pagoda at the top. So one other thing that I wanted to do was carry the load off of this and kind of have it sink down into the mountain more. And so how I want to do that is basically drop all of these things by 2. So this is where the polished diorite is on the wall, so we'll drop that by 2, and then this, and then below that, no, not there, below that, this, and below that, this, and I'm just copying what we already have set up along the wall there, right? And then below that is going to be this. So this kind of has like almost like a spike kind of coming down. And then what I'm thinking about doing is in these areas, maybe dropping down the cobble another 2 layers, right? And then having it spread out like that, and then maybe put some cobble stairs there, which I don't have on me, but like cobble stair there, cobble stair there. Then I'm going to spread those out around the area, like another one probably right in the middle of this piece here to go over there. Another one probably like right here. I'm just going to mark them out here. I want to spread them kind of evenly about, so pretty evenly spread, maybe like here, and then here. And then again, they're gonna kind of sink down and then kind of try to make it. I'm gonna try and make it look like it's gonna bite into the mountain. But anyway, that is it. That is for next episode. That is it for this episode. I hope you dudes enjoyed it and found it useful. Next episode, we're gonna be doing some finishing detail work on this. I'm gonna have a plan for how to actually get those to look like they're biting into the surface and into the side of the mountain, and hopefully we'll get to lay some floor in the dojo. But I do genuinely appreciate you taking a second to check this out. I do hope you enjoyed it. It means a lot to me that you did. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks again, dudes. It's TheeRealDuke, and I'm out.